What up, this is your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando for Thursday, January 19th, 2023, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Allison Williams and Riz Ahmed will announce the nominees for the 2023 Academy Awards. The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science said Wednesday that Williams and Ahmed will host this year's Oscar nominations announcement ceremony. The event will take place January 24th at the Samuel Goldwyn Theater in Beverly Hills, California, and air live at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Good Morning America, Oscar.com, Oscar.org, and the Academy's official Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook accounts. Williams is known for playing Marnie Michaels in the HBO series Girls. She has since starred in Get Out and a new horror film, Megan. Ahmed and director Anil Kheria won an Oscar for Best Live Action Short Film for The Long Goodbye in 2022. Ahmed has starred in such films as Rogue One, Venom, and Sound of Metal. The 95th Annual Academy Awards will take place March 12th at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles. Late-night host Jimmy Kimmel will host the ceremony for a third time. Netflix has unveiled its upcoming film slate for 2023. The streaming service announced 49 titles for the year and shared premiere dates for several projects on Wednesday. Rebel Moon, a new sci-fi action film from director Zack Snyder, will premiere December 22nd. The movie introduces an epic new universe and stars Sofia Boutella, Dajman Heshnu, Ed Sirkin, Michelle Huisman, and Duna Bay. Netflix also will release sequels to Murder, Mystery, and Extraction. Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston return as Nick and Audrey Spitz in Murder, Mystery 2, which premieres March 31st, while Chris Hemsworth will reprise his role of Taylor Rake in Extraction 2, set for release on June 16th. Other films include They Clone Tyrone, a mind-bending conspiracy thriller starring John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, and Teyonah Parris. Damsel, a fantasy action film with Millie Bobby Brown, Pain Hustlers, a drama starring Emily Blunt and Chris Evans, and A Family Affair, a romantic comedy with Nicole Kidman, Zac Efron, and Joey King. Previously announced titles include Your Place or Mine, a romantic comedy starring Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher, Luther the Fallen Son, a sequel film to Luther with Idris Elba, and Jun-E, a Korean sci-fi action film. Netflix unveiled its Korean film and TV slate on Monday. Apple TV Plus announced a time frame for the premiere of Ted Lasso Season 3 and a first look image on Wednesday. The streaming service said the show will return sometime this spring. The image shows Ted, played by Jason Sudeikis, and Nate, played by Nick Mohammed, come face-to-face. Fans of the show know the history of this confrontation. Nate began as the equipment manager for the AFC Richmond soccer team. Ted promoted him to assistant coach at the end of Season 1. But Nate grew resentful of Ted through Season 2. Nate ultimately went to work for rival Rupert Manning, played by Anthony Head, at West Ham United. A match between AFC and West Ham would not only be a rematch between Ted and Nate, it would also be between AFC's owner, Rebecca, played by Hannah Waddingham, and her ex-husband, Rupert. Season 1 and 2 of Ted Lasso were summer premieres in 2020 and 2021. While Apple TV Plus gave the show a third season back in 2020, production only occurred through 2022. Ted Lasso won 11 Emmys, including 7 for its first season. Sudeikis won the acting Emmy for both seasons, and both comedy series wins as producer. Brett Goldstein also won supporting actor Emmys for both seasons. Waddingham won an acting Emmy for Season 1. The show's casting, directing, sound mixing, and editing have also won Emmys. Apple TV Plus has released a trailer for The Reluctant Traveler on Wednesday. Eugene Levy hosts and executive produces the travel show. Levy travels to the Arctic Circle, Tokyo, Utah, South Africa, Costa Rica, the Maldives, Lisbon, and Finland in 8 episodes. Activities include refereeing a sumo wrestling match, riding in a helicopter, ice fishing, and dog sledding. Levy says in the trailer, "I'm not entirely sure what I signed up for, but what's the worst that could happen? Just surviving would be great." Levy acknowledges that the show is taking him outside his comfort zone. The actor acknowledges he is more of a great indoors type of guy. The series includes some of the city's great luxury resorts, too. Levy has been a comedy staple since he was a cast member on SCTV in the 70s. He was also a regular member of the Christopher Guest comedy troupe and played Jim's dad in 8 of the 9 American Pie movies, including 4 of the 5 straight-to-video sequels. Levy has also won 4 Emmys, including 1 for his role in Schitt's Creek, 1 for producing Schitt's Creek, and 2 as a writer for SCTV. The Reluctant Traveler premieres February 24th. AGC Studios and Peacock announced Wednesday that Sir Anthony Hopkins has joined the cast of the Gladiator series Those About to Die. Production begins March. The 2-time Oscar winner for The Silence of the Lamb and The Father will play Emperor Vespasian. Robert Ratate wrote this series, and Independence Day director Roland Emmerich is directing. Those About to Die will film at Rome's Cinecittà Studios. HBO's Rome and films like Cleopatra, Ben-Hur, and The Name of the Rose have also utilized the historic studio. Vespasian will have to defend his throne and his own heirs from those trying to usurp him. Hopkins is the first actor to join the ensemble cast. Those About to Die will not be Hopkins' first foray into television. He starred in the first season of HBO's Westworld. Gladiators have also battled on television in Starz series Spartacus. Peacock will stream Those About to Die in the United States. They have not announced a premiere date. Apple TV Plus is giving a glimpse of the new series Shrinking. The streaming service shared a trailer for the comedy drama series Wednesday featuring Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. Shrinking is created by Segel, Brett Goldstein, and Bill Lawrence. Segel plays a grieving therapist who starts to break the rules and tells his clients exactly what he thinks. An official description reads, ignoring his trainings and ethics, he finds himself making huge tumultuous changes to people's lives, including his own. The trailer shows Segel advise a patient to leave her emotionally abusive husband, and Ford helping to guide Segel through his grief over his wife's death. Jessica Williams, Christina Miller, and Michael Urie also star. The BBC has announced it has acquired Magpie Murders, a mystery series that aired on PBS and BritBox, and is working on a sequel called Moonflower Murders. Based on the Anthony Horowitz popular novels, the 2 6-part drama stars Leslie Manville as editor-turned-sleuth Susan Raylan and Timothy McMullen as famous literary detective Atticus Punt, according to the BBC. Co-stars Daniel Mays, Malcolm Maloney, Coneath Hill, and Alexandros Lokothithis. Magpie will premiere on the BBC in the spring and after airing on PBS and BritBox in 2022. It's directed by Peter Catanello, whose credits include The Full Monty and The Rocker. Horowitz said in a statement Tuesday, "I'm very happy that Magpie Murders is going to be shown on BBC, its natural home. I've had such a fun writing the scripts, and they've been brought to life by a brilliant director and cast." Moonflower will film later this year and air on the BBC in the United Kingdom and on PBS in the United States in 2024. Comedian Retta is set to star in the pilot NBC drama Murdered by the Book. Retta captioned a gallery of media reports about the show she posted Tuesday on Instagram. The pilot got the green lit, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Jenna Bans, whose credits include Grey's Anatomy and Scandal, and Bill Krebs, who's worked on Good Girls and The Family, are writing and producing Murdered by the Book. NBC said in a synopsis of the show, a big city, insta-famous book reviewer takes a page from the murder mystery books she reviews and becomes an unlikely detective to uncover the shocking truths about an eccentric seaside town. Retta is best known for her roles in The Ugliest House in America, Parks and Recreations, and Good Girls. The Drew Barrymore Show has been renewed for a 4th season on CBS. The syndicated daytime chat program Fate was announced Tuesday by Steve Locascio, the president of NBC Media Ventures. Locascio said in a statement, this season, The Drew Barrymore Show debuted a new reimagined half-hour format, which has been an undeniable success. Ratings have grown 70% year to year, and creatively the show is better than ever. Drew makes news every day with her insightful celebrity interviews and welcome style. Nobody does it better. We're thrilled to have her in the CBS family. The show premiered in September 2020. Season 3 guests included U.S. President Joe Biden, his wife, First Lady Jill Biden, George Clooney, Kate Hudson, Adam Sandler, former First Lady Michelle Obama, Katy Perry, Cameron Diaz, Tyler Perry, and Susan Sarandon. A New Mexico prosecutor said a decision on whether criminal charges will be filed concerning the shooting death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the film set of the film Rust will be announced on Thursday. New Mexico's first judicial district attorney, Mary Carmack Atwies, and special prosecutor Andrea Rabe are to announce whether charges will be filed in a written statement at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Heather Brewer, the spokesman for Carmack Atwies, said in a statement, regardless of the district attorney's decision, the announcement will be a solemn occasion made in a manner keeping with the office's commitment to uphold the integrity of the judicial process and respecting the victim's family. Hutchins was killed while working on the Alec Baldwin Helm Western on October 21st, 2021, while a prop gun held by the famed actor fired. Joe Souza, the film's director, also sustained an injury in the incident. Days after the one-year anniversary of the shooting, Brewer announced that she had received the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office investigative report into the shooting and that her team would begin a thorough review of the information and evidence to make a thoughtful, timely decision about whether to bring charges. She said in a statement, as with all cases that my office handles, the focus will be on upholding the integrity of the process, enforcing the laws of the state of New Mexico, and pursuing the justice. Early that same month, Baldwin announced that he and his family had reached a settlement with the Hutchins family to settle a wrongful death lawsuit. In the agreement, her husband, Matthew Hutchins, would become the executive producer of Rust. In November, Baldwin also filed a lawsuit against members of the film crew, accusing them of negligence. British actor Julian Sands has been identified as one of the 2 hikers who have been missing since last week in the San Gabriel Mountains northeast of Los Angeles. Sands, who's 65, was reported missing by a friend Friday after he failed to return from a hike. Over the weekend, severe weather in Southern California delayed several searches for the actor, who has appeared in more than 150 motion pictures and television shows, including The Killing Fields, A Room with a View, and Acrophobia. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office said in a statement, due to the severe weather and alpine conditions, the search has been difficult and the use of air resource was limited over the weekend. Sands, who's an avid mountaineer, is believed to be somewhere along the Baldy Bowl Trail in the area of Mount Baldy, which is about 10,000-foot peak. Over the past few months, California has been inundated with rain and wind and was hit last week with its 6th atmospheric river. Rainfall throughout the state is between 400% and 600% above average, according to the National Weather Service, and has been blamed for at least 20 deaths. On Thursday, President Joe Biden will travel to California to meet with the first responders and state officials to determine how much federal support will be needed to help the state recover from the flooding. In an interview in 2020, Sands told The Guardian that he is happiest when close to a mountain summit on a glorious cold morning, while adding the closest he ever came to death was in the early 90s in the Andes, caught in an atrocious storm about 20,000 feet. As the search for Sands continued Wednesday, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office warned hikers to steer clear of Mount Baldy, where there's a high risk of avalanches. Search and rescue teams have rescued 14 hikers from Mount Baldy and the surrounding area in the past month, including 2 hikers who later died, official says. The Sheriff's Office tweeted, winter weather on Mount Baldy makes for dangerous conditions. Hikers are urged to think twice and heed warnings. GLAAD has announced the nominees for the 2023 GLAAD Media Awards. RuPaul's Drag Race stars Selena's Atitis and Sasha Colby are announcing the nominations in the GLAAD Drag Storytime video Wednesday. In the video, the pair also addressed recent attacks on drag performers. They said people like us are being threatened with anti-LGBTQ bills, nasty protests, and even violence. You know what's scary? People with guns, not queens with books. The GLAAD Media Awards honors media for fair, accurate, and inclusive representation of the LGBTQ people and issues. The award shows will have 2 ceremonies this year, one March 30th in Los Angeles and one May 13th in New York City. This year's nominees include Demi Lovato, Anita, A League of Their Own, Abbott Elementary, Bros, Fire Island, RuPaul's Drag Race, My Policeman, The White Lotus, Only Murders in the Building, and The Sandman. GLAAD President CEO Sarah Kate Ellis said in a press release, with violence, harmful legislation, false rhetoric, and other attacks on the LGBTQ community continue to escalate, it's more crucial than ever that our community remains visible and included in the stories that the world sees for film, television, music, journalism, and other forms of media. This year, we have more nominees than ever before to represent immensely impactful projects that entertain, educate, and grow acceptance of LGBTQ people. From the news stories that debunk lies about transgendered youth to kids and family programming, which allows all families to be represented, this year's nominee media images are beloved by audiences and create real change. Kay Holmes played a game of fast talkers on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. The 44-year-old actress played the game on The Tonight Show with Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon during Tuesday's episode of the NBC Late Night Talk Show. In Fast Talkers, Holmes and Fallon selected a random tongue twister and took turns repeating the lines as many times as they could in 10 seconds. The first tongue twister was, "Who do you think is in Hoobastank?" The Fallon managed to repeat the line 12 times in 10 seconds, while Holmes said the line 11 times. Holmes and Fallon then selected the tongue twister, "Did you see Taylor Swift hop on a ski lift?" The pair tied by repeating the line 6 times each. To end the competition, Holmes and Fallon repeated the tongue twister, Megan won the Mega Millions, which is major because it means she's making bacon. The pair tied again with 5 repetitions each. In the interview, Holmes discussed her new play, The Wanderers. The play is written by Anna Ziegler and officially opens at Roundabout Theater Company on February 16th. Holmes says it's about 2 couples from Brooklyn, Williamsburg, but it's 2 different time periods, and they're related. And the show touches upon family, marriage, death, and it's about human discontent and self-examination. She also added it's funny, it's high drama, and it's definitely that New York experience of I'm going to the theater. The Songwriters Hall of Fame has announced its 2023 inductees. The institution said in a press release Wednesday that Sade, Glenn Ballard, Calvin Burrows Jr., aka Snoop Dogg, Gloria Estefan, Jeff Lynne, Teddy Riley, and Liz Rose will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. The induction ceremony and awards gala will take place June 15th at the Marriott Marquis Hotel in New York. Additional special award honorees will be announced later. Songwriters Hall of Fame Chairman Nile Rodgers said in a statement, "The music industry does not exist without songwriters delivering great songs first. Without them, there will be no recorded music, no concert business, no merch, nothing. It all starts with the song and the songwriter. We are therefore very proud that we were continually recognizing some of the culturally most important songwriters of all time, and that the 2023 slate represents not just iconic songs, but also diversity and unity across genres, ethnicity, and gender. Songwriters who have enriched our lives and in their time literally transformed millions and the live music and the lives of billions of listeners all over the world. The class of 2023 is credited with such songs as Smooth Operator, Man in the Mirror, Drop It Like It's Hot, Rhythm's Gonna Get You, Mr. Blue Sky, My Prerogative, and You Belong to Me. And finally, rapper Flow Rider, known for his hits Low and Right Round, has won his lawsuit against Celsius Energy Drinks over unpaid endorsements and has been awarded more than $82 million in damages. Flow Rider, whose real name is Tremar Diller, was awarded $82,640,450 in damages Wednesday after a Florida jury found that Celsius breached its 2014 agreement with the rapper and concealed information related to the deal. In the original complaint filed by Dillard and his company Strong Arm Productions in 2021, the rapper claimed he was not paid stock options and other bonuses as promised in a 2014 endorsement deal with a drink company. Dillard renewed the contract in 2016. According to the complaint, Flow Rider said Celsius' bonuses were based on meeting certain sales goals, which he claimed he was never informed of when he was not privy to Celsius' financials. When Flow Rider claimed his endorsement of the drink helped it succeed, Celsius lawyers argued that the statute of limitations for the rapper to file the complaint had passed since the company's contract with him ended in 2018. The company said the first agreement was executed in March of 2014, and plaintiffs made no pursuit of the allegations herein until 7 years later. Flow Rider's lawyers argued that the delay was caused by Celsius concealing information. Celsius failed to properly handle the royalty calculations, payments, and stock transfers, and instead retained funds and assets to which plaintiffs were entitled. The lawsuit also added these material facts were concealed from plaintiffs, which delayed the discovery of defendants' wrongdoing and deprived them from knowledge relating to their entitlement and additional royalties and shares. Celsius argues the company has already paid Flow Rider far in excess of what he is entitled to before a countersuit to get the money. In the closing arguments, the rapper's lawyer said Flow Rider was entitled to 1% ownership in the company as promised. More than $27 million, which the jury awarded to the rapper Wednesday, accounts for 250,000 shares in Celsius. And that is the entertainment report for Thursday, January 19th, 2023. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.